I'm here with Arkansas Amdream, and today I am in North Little Rock with
Sandra Taylor Smith, and I'm with the North Little Rock History Commission.
yes, and where we are at?
We're at the Old Mill, which is officially called Pugh's Mill, and the Old Mill is inside of Pugh Memorial Mill.
All right, well, we're about to take a tour and hear all about it. About to turn the camera around. All right, please give us a tour. Let me show the sign. Look at this. Established 1933, North Little Rock. For real, so you said it's been around since 1933.
It has.
Wow.
This part of the city was not developed, and it had been bought by a developer who had built the Park Hill neighborhood, which is adjacent. But the Great Depression hit, and so people couldn't afford to buy lots and build houses. So he had the idea that if he took the lot that he considered the least likely to be built on and build an attraction, people would come here and remember it when times got better. And then after the Great Depression, then we had World War II. So it wasn't until after World War II that this neighborhood started developing. But this
yeah,
mill,
look, I'm jealous. Like, can you imagine to live here? Like, I know you shouldn't be jealous, but man, this is beautiful.
it's beautiful. This whole neighborhood is beautiful.
Yeah, can you imagine how much houses cost here?
There are 6 man-made lakes in this neighborhood, and this is one of them.
All right, we're about to go in, everybody, about to go in. Ah, look at this, everybody. This is so pretty. Hi, everybody. My mother's watching from Ukraine. Hi, Mama. Wow, okay, so this is how it looks like. How many acres, or how big is this?
I don't really know how many acres it is, but this is the original size of the park. It has not enlarged or been taken in, so it's the same size as it was. It was built to look like a replica of an abandoned mill. It never was a working mill. But Miss Justin Matthews, the builder and the developer, wanted it to be pay homage to all of the forefathers who had worked in grist mills and other things like that.
Yeah.
Right here at the entrance, we have a sign that tells a little bit of the history of this park, the T.R. Pugh Memorial Park, and the sign was donated by Siwa Studios. They're a company in Ohio, but the owner of the company and his wife were married here at the Old Mill.
Oh, wow. Yeah, tell us more about all the pictures and everything, what's going on. There are a lot of people here taking pictures.
We have lots and lots of historic photos. In fact, just this morning, a family came in that had an album that had photos of this park when it was first built. And so I copied or scanned in 16 pictures of this when it was very, very new. And we have lots and lots of historic photos. The mill, the Old Mill, and the park itself was owned by the Lakewood Property Owners Association. And in 1986, the city took it over. It's now maintained as a city park. And I will say this is probably the most popular spot in all of North Little Rock, certainly one of the most historic spots. One of the things that many of you may not know, but in the very opening credit scenes of Gone With The Wind, there is an image, a picture of the Old Mill with the wheel turning. You have to watch it very quickly.
Hold on. You say Gone With The Wind?
Yes.
Wasn't this
in
mill?
the opening credits.
Ah!
Yes.
Listen, you don't understand. I am the fan.
Oh.
I am like, that's how I know it's ignorance, but that's how I found out about America. From the movie first.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, in my country we have International Women's Day, March 8th, and
yes.
every International Women's Day, they show Gone With The Wind. I love this movie. I've been in Marietta Museum. I mean, okay,
well,
we gotta go see.
It is said that the mill building is the only building still standing that was in the movie. But it's in the very beginning credits, so the credits are screening across the screen,
my God.
and you have to really watch, but it's there.
Oh my gosh, now I have to go. I am the fan, you know, because that character was so strong, and you know, everybody wants to be as strong as that character, the lady, I mean.
All of the rock work is indigenous rock to this area. We have a very rocky terrain.
And the plants and the flowers.
The Master Gardeners of Pulaski County have a project, and they maintain the plantings and the flowers and have done a beautiful job.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine how much work it is to put it together, and like all these types of plants and
They work
flowers.
very, very hard, and I'm very grateful to them.
Yeah, I see in the University of something Master Gardeners.
University of Arkansas Master Gardeners Program.
Yeah, they're definitely masters, because this looks amazing. And so, again, is this owned by the city?
Yes, it is. It is owned by the city of North Little Rock.
Oh, that's so good. So how did that transfer happen?
Well, it had been neglected before the city got it, and it was very run down, and the grounds were not kept up. In fact, when I was growing up, we still always came to the old mill, but it was dirty and it hadn't been maintained properly. So the city got it, and the Lakewood neighborhood gave it to the city, and the city has done a beautiful job of maintaining and promoting it as a city park.
So do you recall at what year the city began to
1986.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Almost my birthday. I was born in 87.
Oh.
I'm old.
No, you're not old.
Okay, cool. This
You know, one of the things that I want to point out, and one of the things that is so unique about this place,
Okay.
Mr. Matthews hired a Mexican artist that he had seen his work in Mexico City, and the artist's name was Dionisio Rodriguez. He also did a great deal of work in San Antonio. It's called Faux Bois, and it's fake wood. It's all concrete. What you see that looks like wood is concrete.
No way!
Yes, it is. And
if you did not point out, I would never tell.
and he even went to the detail to make insect marks.
Yeah,
It looks like
yeah.
insects have eaten
You
it on
guys,
these.
this is concrete. This is not wood.
He did not speak English. He worked in 7 different states, but he said that this was the piece of work that he is most proud of. He died in 1955. He came here and he would work out of the trunk of his car. And if anybody came around, he would close the trunk of his car because he was very secretive about the process he used. So nobody really knows how he did this, except he has a great nephew that lives in San Antonio that carries on the tradition. But we do know that there are copper wires and posts, and he has formed this concrete around this. He has done several different kinds of wood in his.
So that
yes.
is concrete as well?
Yes. Everything that looks like wood is concrete, except the building itself, of course, is fieldstone.
Okay, well, we following you. We can't wait to go and see what we're supposed to see. But this is pretty. And let's see how you guys have. I know it's a very strange fact, but you have trash cans everywhere.
Yes,
and
we
it's
do.
so important because sometimes you in parks where it's such a simple fact, but then like they don't put enough. You know, you have benches. Look, everything. I thought about
Yes.
everything.
Yeah, a few years ago, there was a non-profit group formed called the Friends of the Old Mill. And we got grants to help us build a restroom and a
that's
concession area. And we built this very small amphitheater.
Yeah, you
and I
can.
have been here many times with groups where they're sitting there. It makes a nice presentation.
Yeah.
Small weddings, small events happen here all the time.
So do you have to like book it?
You
Like-
do not. If you're having a wedding, the Parks Department in North Little Rock likes to know, just in case, so that they don't double book something. But there is no charge for the use of the old mill. Donations are greatly, greatly appreciated.
Yeah, to put this
Because
all
as you
together.
can imagine, there's all kinds of maintenance that continues to go on here.
So you can have a wedding here for free. So
Yes.
people probably have a wedding here every weekend.
Just about.
Yeah. And where do they usually set up? Like right in front of the old mill?
Oh, I've seen them just about anywhere. I mean, people, you know, again, this amphitheater makes a very nice spot, but, you know, they have seen them set up for weddings everywhere. Prom pictures, graduation pictures. And like I said, I never come here but what I take a picture because it is so photogenic
Yeah.
every time of the year. So,
All right. Well, we about to go to the mill, right?
yes.
Okay.
And this is one of the bridges that he built.
You guys.
And again, this one is very deeply marked with insect holes.
And this is concrete, everybody.
This is concrete.
This
Yes,
is
it
not
is.
wood. That's why it's so special how he made it look like
And
this.
you can sort of start to see some of the metal coming through. We have some repair work that needs to be done, but
So
can
you
sort
guys,
of-
if you can donate to Old Mill. Oh, you guys, okay, you guys have to excuse my shakiness. I'm trying to be careful. But we are going, look how cool. See, this is concrete, this is not wood. Oh, look at the fountain. How are they doing it like that?
There's a pump, and there is a lake on the other side of the street, on the other side of the hill. There's another lake. And so our next project is that we're trying to get pumps put in that will bring that water and flow like a waterfall on that grotto and then come through here.
This is like the color. I don't know. I'm loving the color.
is because there's algae in it, so they put some color in it to try to kill the algae.
But I love the color.
It is very nice.
It's very beautiful green color. I bet it looks gorgeous on picture. So you wanted to go from up there?
Yes, the rock grotto, which is original.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of these features before we go in there.
Yeah, we following you. We don't know nothing about this.
And again, you see all the pathways, these huge native stones.
The native from here, from Arkansas? From North Little Rock?
Yes.
Okay. You guys, oh, look at all the flowers.
Yes, this is what they call the wagon bridge. This was built, and there's a duck, but this was built to replica what a wagon bridge would have looked like in the early 1800s.
Really?
And again, this is concrete. All of this
Wagon, supposed like a replica wagon.
Yes.
Where
With
did
the
you get the duck? Is it the duck that lives here?
No, he's right there. Yeah, there are ducks that live all over in the lakes and
Oh, okay,
swans.
so. Ta-da, that's the duck. Saying hello.
And those mushrooms,
Okay.
there are several different mushrooms. Originally, there were some mushrooms that had like a salamander crawling on it that was made out of concrete, of course, and a frog on one of them.
Was it all, even the mushrooms made by the artist?
Yes, yes.
He definitely took some time to do this.
And the mill building itself was designed by Justin Matthews' architect, staff architect Frank Carmine.
And where is he from? Where was he?
He was from here, but he is also deceased.
Okay. All right. Well, about to, you guys, if you have not shared this video because we about to go and see the mill up close. So we are at the old mill. I'm sure North Little Rock is so proud of this property.
I think it's one of the most recognizable places in our
Northwest.
entire city, and certainly a crown jewel for this city.
It just feels so good to be here. Ta-da.
We call that one the Big Bridge.
And that's concrete.
Yes,
I'm sorry I keep asking. It's just because
Yes.
it don't look like that.
it is.
And look at the roses. Okay, so that's
Okay, and you might want to look at the wheel. The wheel is concrete. It's very, very delicately balanced, and just a trickle of water keeps it rolling. It is also concrete. It weighs about 2 tons.
and it turns.
Yes.
2 tons and
Yes.
turns.
Yes.
That's pretty incredible.
Very, very
So what
well
is
designed.
Pew?
The park itself is Pew Memorial Park.
Ah, that's what it is.
Pew family, P-U-G-H, the Pew family was a family in southern Arkansas around Monticello that helped Justin Matthews in his early career. And they sent him to pharmacy school, they helped him out, they were very, very good to him. So in honor of them, he named this park after the Pew family.
Wow, this is incredible, everybody. So,
And it says 1832, but again, it was built to look like an abandoned grist mill. And so that was their vision of what a mill that would have been built in the 1830s would have looked like.
so can you imagine people actually use such building to do the flowers, right?
Again,
Is
no
that-
concrete.
so the mill used to be used to make flowers, right?
Yes, an official real mill would have been. Yes.
Oh, look, everybody. I'm very careful because I'm filming for you, but this is how it looks like. Absolutely incredible.
And the pulley is concrete also.
What is that?
The pulley where they would have had things that they pulled up, used to pull up, that is also concrete.
Wow. All right, everybody. We're about to go into the old mill. Share this video.
Yeah, this came from a plantation in southern Arkansas, but I mean, even, you know, the wood doors, like it would have been, these steps look like wood, they're concrete. This is concrete.
It's unbelievable, honestly. And this is concrete.
Yes.
Why would they have this door?
Because they may have stored things in under it, they may have stored their equipment under it if it had been a working mill.
Wow, this is what they would use.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, you can go up there too.
Yes.
What's up there? Nothing.
Nothing but, I mean, there's a great view of the entire park.
Can we go see? Can we go see?
Yes, and there's a grist mill. This is a grist stone. This is a real grist stone that they use to grind things on.
Oh, you guys, we about to go see the gorgeousness. Yeah, you probably have to really careful be here
Yes,
when
you
it's
do. When it's wet.
yeah,
yes.
when it's wet.
And
Okay.
there are a couple of more grist stones, grinding stones up here.
Okay, everybody, we're about to go see everything up top.
This is a favorite spot. People get in this upper window and stick their heads out, and people down below take pictures.
Oh, you can actually take pictures from up here. Look, everybody. This is the view from up top. Right? With that, you will, I don't know if you can see its reflection, but then this is the old mill, everybody. And that's how it looks like from the inside of the old mill. Beautiful. And see the sign on your right? That's where we were. And I know I keep showing you guys the same thing. I'm sorry, it's just so pretty. Okay. And here you go. That's how it looks like. I want you to show you for some reason. I just want you guys to look at us. Because we are inside the mill, you know?
And again, all of these railings are concrete.
Yeah. It's like it's my proof. We're here. Hi, we're here.
And it's very
Oh.
sturdy.
Yeah, there is one more up
And that's
here.
why there are no windows, is because it was built to look abandoned.
What about the old times? Did they have, well,
They would have had windows in the old days if it had been a work mill, yes.
okay. So you guys, this is a view. This is the window what we're talking about. And then, oh my gosh, I bet, can you imagine to take picture from up here? And I just started offering photography too because I hurt my back and photography is a lot lighter. Oh, I can't wait for somebody to want to take pictures with me here. You know, it's so pretty. Okay. How often do you come here?
At least once a week, just to enjoy it and appreciate the beauty. And to see the flowers as they change, because they change every day, it seems like, and the seasons are beautiful out here. I've not been here in the snow, though. That's the only time.
Tell me about Christmas. How does this look like at Christmas?
It looks very, very subdued at Christmas. We are talking about putting Christmas lights in the trees and something to help decorate it.
Yeah, like in Pine Bluff, in our Jefferson Park, they have like trail.
Yes.
So I would just think that it would be something great maybe.
Well, this park closes at dark every day. So in the winter, it's virtually closed at 5 o'clock. So
yeah.
it's not like you can really come in and walk through it at night. But, you know, again, rocks, this is all part of the land that goes with the old mill. This is a rain barrel.
And the funny thing is that it was just a location, just a random location.
Yes.
And look at it now.
But if you look at the lot and see how steep it is, he was probably right. There probably wouldn't have been a lot of people wanting to construct a ranch-style house in the late 40s on this particular lot. This is also concrete.
So that's where the mill-
rain barrel would, where the rain would come in, would be to catch the rain.
Oh, that's for rain?
Called a rain barrel.
Cool. What is that?
That's a birdhouse.
Oh, yeah, birdhouses. Look at how many plants and everything it has.
And I wished I knew the name of all the plants, but there's azaleas, there's all sorts of blooming plants. Something is blooming almost all year long. And we just had the dogwoods in bloom, and they were glorious, glorious.
Yeah. Well, we probably going to go through that fancy bridge, and we're gonna
Yes.
make a circle because obviously you can be here for hours. But we're gonna show you guys that fancy bridge, and then
And again,
the rest
you know,
you'll have to come see.
You could have taken that route and gone that way and gone down to the lakes and gotten right on them. You know, the huge boulders that were all part of the land were utilized as this was constructed.
And I'm glad how it feels so safe up here.
Now
And,
these are a couple of the original mushrooms that are damaged, so you can see the wire framing. You can see some of how it's put together, but he framed it and then poured the concrete over it and shaped it.
It surely looks great. Looks very real. You know, I like how quiet and safe it is.
And there's lots of benches for contemplation, lots of benches to sit and view. And I'm really surprised nobody's here having their wedding picture made, because there almost always is when I'm here.
Yeah, it's probably because it's Tuesday. Can you imagine how it looks like on Fridays?
Oh, it's
We actually picked out a good day for the video because we don't want to be on people's way, you know?
We did. Now, if you look at how these rocks are randomly placed, and then on the other side of the lake, they did this to look like it would have been here but abandoned, and the rocks had all just sort of fallen down. So that was very intentional.
And they thought of everything.
I mean, it is a marvelous, orchestrated and well thought out park. The details, and you know, the icing on the cake is all of this landscaping that is just beautiful.
So
like I
it,
s-
oh look, a turtle.
Oh, there's a lot of turtles down there. See on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
they're chilling. So, is this lake handmade lake? Or is,
Yes, yes,
And it goes all the way there handmade?
yes. There's a lake up above it, and it goes down to form that lake too.
That's a lot of.
It's one of the 6 man-made lakes that Justin Matthews built here in Lakewood.
Wow. Now as I think about it, I recall I was in college a long time ago, but I went to college to Montgomery, Alabama, and they had a Shakespeare Festival park,
Yes.
and it of course it's not the same; they're all very different, but it was like a handmade park, and people would walk, and it
Yes.
just occurred to me, oh yeah, it looks a little not similar, but you know.
Very,
Reminds
very,
me.
yes.
Have you ever been in that park?
Yes, I have. It's very
Oh,
beautiful.
that's where I went to college, and I've been in that park many times.
It's a beautiful park. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the big bridge.
Okay. You guys, can you imagine coming here and take pictures? And I'm so glad we're doing video.
And just about everybody that grew up in North Little Rock like me has stories of coming to the old mill. I mean, my friends and I would go hang out on this bridge. But you know, people hung out inside the mill, or I mean, there was just, everybody has memories and stories of it, and so we could not be happier that it's cleaned up and maintained as well as it is.
Yeah, so when you were young, was it as it is now?
It was as it is now, it was just unkept.
Yeah, look at all the turtle in there hanging out.
Yes.
Wow, you guys, this is concrete, but this, it looks like what? It looks like cave.
And again, you know, the stones, but you know, the handrails are concrete.
Excuse me. Okay, so just following Miss Sandra. Oh, you're looking so pretty.
Now, originally on top of this bridge, and in our old pictures, you can see him, he had formed concrete pieces that look like cactus, and you can see one right there. One still exists, but they were very tall, and throughout the years they've broken off, and so we have some of them in our possession that hopefully could be restored someday.
Why did they broken off? Just like
People would sit on them, ride them.
oh, here's a cactus right here too.
Yes, here's one right here. But there was, and I'm not sure what it was, but over on this side, and it was probably right in there, there was something that looked like some sort of a bird, an animal, and we have so many pictures from the 1940s with people sitting on it like they're riding it. So eventually, when the park wasn't maintained, some of these things just chunked off into the lake.
Okay, well let us show you the view, you guys. So this is a handmade lake. Oh, look at all the chairs.
Yes.
Somebody.
Yes, now, you know, of course, when this was built, no houses were in here. But, you know, now there are houses up the hill on either side
So
of the
is
lake, and that's a private dock.
oh, it's a private
Yes,
dock.
uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And you can see them all down the lake. Look at the ducks.
So that's actually people's backyard.
Yes.
What? How lucky they can be to have this as a backyard. Can you put a boat down? Or?
Yes. Yes. I'm not sure if you can, actually I'm not sure, come to think of it. I know some of the lakes you can put a boat, but I do not see any boats.
Oh, look, then they're playing. So,
Yeah, those two are after each other.
well, that's funny. Yeah, they just wanted to show for the video, that's all. Very nice, very nice. So can people fish here?
They do not fish at the old mill itself, but they can fish in the other lakes here in Lakewood.
All right, well let us show, we're gonna show this side, everybody. So this is the other side.
And you know, this is one of the pictures or one of the views that you see often looking towards the mill itself.
Yeah, because you can do rule of third and photography if it's on the far right or far left. And that's why it looks so gorgeous, you guys. You see the old mill on your far right, and everybody could stand. Yay!
It's very quiet here today. Very
Well,
quiet.
we got lucky
Yes, we did.
because we want you guys to hear Miss Sandra. So
Because next week or week after school will be out and it will not be empty.
yeah, because they may have field trips. Do they bring like the students here?
They do.
Okay,
They do indeed.
that is good because you know students need to see and do something
Oh,
good.
yeah. This was, you know, one of my favorite spots as a kid. We would come and we'd sit here, you know, on this little seat. And
Yeah, that's for tiny people.
yeah.
That is so cool.
But up until 2006, there was not a restroom. And that was part of the problem with it being dirty and unkept. So we were able to get grant funds and construct a restroom. The restroom for the women is very large so that brides can change in that room. And then we have a little area that could be a concession stand. It was tried to be built so it just kind of blended in with the trees and the wood.
Yeah,
and not
the
stand
color
out.
of it, that is
Yes.
so good. Yeah, this is incredible.
It just never ends how beautiful it is.
So this is pretty much the main thing, just this circle. And
Yes.
it does not go there because it's a private
No,
property.
that starts to be private right there.
And that's
yes.
just the road up there.
Right, that is the road. It goes up to the road, but there are some overlooks with benches that you can sit up on the road and sit and look all the way down into the park.
Yeah.
And the City of North Little Rock's Parks Department maintains the park itself. And as I said, the master gardeners do all of the flowers and the landscaping.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it because every time I try to have a plant, it dies.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I don't know how they do it. They do it well because it's not for everybody.
Many, many volunteer hours are spent.
Yeah. So does the city pay for any time here?
Well,
or it's all
city,
like grant and volunteer work?
No, the Parks Department are paid employees that work here in the park to maintain it and clean it, but the gardeners are volunteer, and there's a lot of folks that come by that live in the neighborhood that are volunteer, pick up trash or do miscellaneous things.
Yeah. That is good because you know it'll forever need upkeep because of the weather.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it rains and washes out stuff.
Absolutely.
Have you ever had any instances where there was like bad rain or bad, like does it flood here because it's kind of low
Not
like
really.
this?
It doesn't really because the way it's designed, the water flows that way.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And there's, knock on wood, been very little vandalism. In the old days, before the city took a hold of it, there was quite a bit of vandalism, but it didn't destroy anything. A few years ago, someone caught the roof of the mill building on fire, but it has been restored and replaced.
Yeah.
But as a general rule, people appreciate and respect this park.
Yeah.
And as I said, the gates are closed at dark.
Yeah. Well,
There is a handicap space that you can come in if you're in a wheelchair.
see, just thought of everything. Very, very thoughtful property. It just feels good. It's comfortable. You know, like even it's almost like they did something with the sound because the cars are coming by, but you can't really hear them.
That hill, I think, buffers some of the sound, so it's very, very peaceful here.
You can't even tell that you're in the city.
No.
That's what's amazing about it.
Certainly
And with
can't.
the busy city craziness, it's
Yes.
so nice to come here and unwind and just feel good.
Absolutely.
So,
This might be a parks worker right here. So
oh,
I think he's one of the North Little Rock Parks Department that works.
you want to say hello to our Facebook Live?
We're What are you working on out here today?
We worked on manholes.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That's what we do.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, please let us know, and you probably already said it during the video, but just to finish, why do you think it's so important in the city, in any community, and in North Little Rock in particular, to have a place like this for the community?
I think it's very important, the fact that it's historic and it's peaceful, it's
Yeah.
quiet, it tells a whole story of a history before we were all born, of people that worked in mills, but now it reflects the story of the development of this neighborhood and how this has existed for all of these years since 1933 when it officially opened.
It's incredible, and it also helps you guys promote the city.
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
for a fact, I'm from Pine Bluff, and lots of people come here just to take pictures and have a good time, and as you say, come to the events. So we want to thank you so much for
You're
today, for your
most
time.
welcome.
This is incredible.
Everybody come and see the old mill. It's our crown jewel.
Yes, and after we're done, we're definitely going to take some pictures because this is so pretty. We want to wish you best of luck, and I just hope that this place is going to be here forever and ever and ever.
It will as long as I am, so thank you for doing this.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Share this video.
Look, you can see